Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're breaking down Prime Minister Modi's long-awaited comments on Donald Trump. Yes, this is big. Why are world leaders watching so closely? What does it mean for India, US ties, trade, and global power moves? Stick around. We are cutting through the noise, giving you sharp insights that matter. Let's zoom out for a second. India-US ties have come a long way. Back in 1947, mistrust ruled, Cold War politics, nuclear disputes, the works. But after the Cold War and India's economic reforms, things shifted and the two nations drew closer. What sealed it? Shared democratic values, freedom, open societies, human rights. That trust opened doors for deeper cooperation. Today, it's a powerhouse partnership. Defense, trade, tech, counterterrorism, you name it. And it's not just about them. Their teamwork shapes the Indo-Pacific, the Quad, and the global balance of power. Now, let's bring it to the present. Prime Minister Modi's recent message on Donald Trump carried a tone of mutual respect and ongoing engagement, showing that India-US relations are guided by diplomacy that rises above individual leadership. By openly appreciating and reciprocating Trump's remarks, Modi reinforced India's commitment to dialogue and civility, even when trade disputes or geopolitical tensions are in play. And that's the key. The partnership isn't built on personalities alone. It's rooted in shared interests, strategic cooperation, and long-term trust. Whether it's defense, technology, or trade, both nations keep the work moving forward. This resilience reflects India's balanced approach to foreign policy, where engagement with the US remains a cornerstone, even as it manages ties with China, Russia, and others. India and the US have built a strong partnership in defense, trade, and technology. A new 10-year defense framework signed in 2025 focuses on capacity building and industrial cooperation, with US platforms like C-130Js, C-17s, and Apaches now central to India's arsenal. Joint drills such as Yuddh Abhyas highlight growing interoperability. On trade, both sides are expanding ties through strategic dialogues and supply chain integration, while in technology, collaboration spans aerospace, AI, and space exploration. From the Autonomous Systems Industry Alliance to NASA-ISRO projects, innovation is now a defining pillar of the partnership. India's enduring partnership with the United States reassures citizens of its commitment to security, progress, and global influence. Prime Minister Modi's message underscores that this relationship rests on trust, shared democratic values, and steady engagement, beyond political cycles or temporary disputes. For both nations, and for the wider world, it brings stability. Joint work in defense, technology, and trade drives opportunity, strengthens security, and supports a balanced global order. Together, India and the US signal that their alliance is not just strong today, but built to endure future challenges. India-US trade relations are entering a complex but promising phase. Both countries are working toward the first stage of a bilateral trade agreement expected by fall 2025, with an ambitious goal of doubling trade from $191 billion to $500 billion by 2030. Tensions remain, especially after US tariffs on Indian exports and India's protection of sectors like agriculture and dairy, but the commitment to reach a deal is clear. Beyond trade talks, technology transfer is becoming a cornerstone of cooperation. By combining US expertise with India's growing industrial base, both nations are advancing aerospace, digital innovation, and renewable energy, sectors critical for long-term growth and security. Meanwhile, US investments in India are rising fast, boosted by new trade frameworks and agreements with partners like the UK and EU. Capital is flowing into infrastructure, manufacturing, and technology, generating jobs, fueling innovation, and cementing India's role as a global investment hub. The India-US strategic partnership carries major geopolitical weight in today's shifting world. At its core, it anchors the Indo-Pacific through defense cooperation, technology sharing, and economic integration to balance China's rise and promote regional stability. Even with past tensions, both nations continue working closely on counterterrorism, climate action, and resilient supply chains. Together, they're tackling global challenges like pandemic preparedness, cybersecurity, and sustainable development, strengthening multilateral efforts along the way. In South Asia and the wider Indo-Pacific, the partnership reshapes power dynamics, with India's strategic autonomy and US security support creating a strong deterrent against aggression. And beyond the region, both countries stand for a rules-based order built on democracy, fair trade, and peaceful dispute resolution. Despite challenges, their alliance remains a cornerstone of stability and cooperation in an increasingly multipolar world. By 2025, India's diplomacy reflects a new level of maturity and strategic clarity. It has positioned itself as a key global player, navigating shifting alliances and a multipolar world through a modern form of strategic autonomy. Balancing relations with the US, China, and Russia, while taking active roles in BRICS, the G20 and the Quad, India also leads initiatives in climate diplomacy, digital infrastructure, and sustainable development. At the same time, India is deepening partnerships that go beyond transactions. Its global strategic partnership with the US stands out, alongside enduring ties with Russia and growing outreach across Africa and Latin America. These relationships are rooted in shared values, security priorities, and long-term growth. India's diplomatic maturity lies in its balance, assertive when needed, yet constructive and forward-looking. By focusing on substance over theatrics, it strengthens its credibility and influence, shaping global conversations on security, law, and development. Even with recent tensions, the outlook for India-US relations remains one of optimism and strategic foresight. Both nations see their partnership as essential to tackling 21st century challenges and shaping a more stable, prosperous world. As global dynamics shift toward multipolarity and regional rivalries, India and the US are adapting, balancing differences while deepening cooperation in defense, technology, and trade. Their resilience rests on trust, democratic values, and a shared commitment to problem solving. Together, they're not just managing bilateral ties but actively contributing to global stability, addressing climate change, strengthening security, and driving economic resilience. In a sense, this relationship stands as both a strategic necessity and a forward-looking vision, built on cooperation, trust, and a shared hope for a balanced and peaceful world order. Thanks for tuning in to Policy 360. If you found this breakdown useful, don't forget to hit like, share it with others who care about global affairs, and subscribe for more sharp insights on the stories shaping our world. Until next time, stay informed and stay engaged.